I didn't really have that high of hopes for this movie. A Million Ways to Die in the West. So A Million Ways to Die in the West is the latest from Seth MacFarlane, in which he wrote, produced, directed, and starred in. And this film is an ensemble cast. You have Seth MacFarlane, Charlize Theron, Amanda Seyfried, Giovanni Ribisi, Sarah Silverman, Neil Patrick Harris, and Liam Neeson. And I didn't have the biggest expectations going into this film because I only saw the first trailer for it, and it just didn't look that appealing or funny to me. And I actually ended up really enjoying this film. It's not the funniest thing ever, but I found myself laughing out loud quite a few times. And the comedy in the film is pretty diverse. There's all sorts of comedy across the board in this film. You've got a lot of shock humor, you've got a lot of foreshadowing humor, which is some of my favorite humor, and a lot of racial stereotypical humor. So if you get offended easily, steer clear of this film because there is an overwhelming amount of racial humor in this film. But I thought a lot of the film was really funny. It is joke after joke after joke. The film really never lets up. So I really feel that there's something in there that everybody can laugh and appreciate because the jokes are so diverse. And, you know, some of them didn't really hit home for me. Some of them were okay. Some stuff was stupid slapstick humor. Some of it's that dumb, dick and fart jokes, which get really old. But there's a lot of really good humor in this film, and a lot of the film I could appreciate. And one thing that I want to make note of, I know a lot of people said they were worried about Seth MacFarlane starring in the film, and I felt he did a pretty good job. I thought he was really likable. I could get behind his character. There's a little bit of heart to the film, and he definitely did a good job. The chemistry with him and Charlize Theron I thought was really good. So yeah, I thought he did a fine job in the film, and I have no complaints about any of the acting in the film. I thought it was appropriate for what the film was. The tone of the film was very much like Family Guy. It's very, fast wit humor, fast talking, in the middle of a joke, steering off and then going through this huge explanation about something to kind of drag it out a little bit. So you could tell that whenever he was writing this film, Family Guy was definitely in his mind for it, and it worked really well, I felt. With the film being a Western comedy, most of the gags are Western jokes, and a lot of them hit home really well because they play into a lot of stereotypical things about Western film and just the culture of those days, and it's pretty funny how they incorporate all that into the film. And the look of the film is really good. All the costume design and the set design looks really good, and it has a very authentic feel of being in a Western. There's also a lot of really good cameos in the film, one of which is complete genius. It was one of the best cameos I've ever seen in my life. And unfortunately, I heard it was spoiled in one of the trailers, so if you have not seen it, you would know what it is if you've seen it. So if you have not seen it, steer clear of the trailers before seeing the movie, because if this was spoiled for me, I would have been so pissed off because it was amazing how they planned it out. And all the other cameos were really good as well. Overall, I would say that A Million Ways to Die in the West is a pretty fun time. It's not the funniest movie in the world, probably not something I would want to revisit all the time, but for a one-time sit-down, it was a really good time, and I laughed my ass off quite a bit. So if you're a Seth MacFarlane fan, I would say take a couple of friends to the movies, and you'd find a lot to appreciate in this film for sure. So if you guys are going to go check out A Million Ways to Die in the West, leave me a comment down below, let me know, and after you see the movie, let me know what you thought about it. That's all I got to say about the film. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.